What's up, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's happening with SPY, Tesla, Nvidia, the QQQ, and a couple of other tickers. I'm also going to break down what's happening to the market moving forward. But just know that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out my Moomoo link. If you deposit $100, you're guaranteed 5 free stocks. Deposit $1,000 and you're guaranteed 15. And the offer ends very soon in just 11 days. Anyways, in my morning video, I said that we had the PCE data reports and everything was aligned with expectations. Some things were even below them, and that was more bullish for the markets. Remember, the Fed tends to prioritize PCE over CPI. They use that for research and such. And this is a good piece of news because when the data looks a little bit better, this could incentivize the Fed to be maybe a little bit less stringent, right? Moving forward, we had the Michigan consumer sentiment data. It was all very minor, didn't really affect the market too much, and the market got a nice delayed reaction, which led to this big, bounce after PCE came out. And this is exactly what we predicted. I did say that we should be looking for 584 on SPY. If this broke, we're looking for a nice push. So this is very, very awesome to see. We called out this nice bounce that was coming, and so far it continued. And we're even higher than what I initially expected. I was just talking about like the 585, 586 area. We're all the way up at 592, and we're not showing any signs of stopping so far. So where is SPY going? What is my intention with this? Honestly, guys, we're going to be testing this resistance around 592.5. If that breaks, we go up to 595. We're getting a very strong breakout. And as long as we're above 591 to 200 EMA, we're going to turn a lot more bullish. So it's very bullish right now. It's showing no signs of slowing. If you look at the 4-hour time frame, if you look at the 30 minutes, we're still looking very strong. And it's going to easily go up to about 595, in my opinion. As long as we hold above 592 and then 592.5, yes, we could be doing that. So I think that we're doing a good job, and I'm very, very excited to see where this ends up going. I also want to mention that as far as other things end up going, we remain more bullish, but make sure you watch the supports that we happen to have around 590, so very close to that 590 area, then followed by like 587. But as long as SPY is above those, we are favoring upside, and 595 could be a potential target going into like either today, if not by next week. For ES, we look bullish. We're trying to fight at 6,000. It's going to be a tough resistance, but if we break it, I think 6,022 is coming. The 30 minutes, 20 or 200 EMA would be a nice target. That would push us a lot higher. So watch 6,000, see if we break that or not, and we're still looking bullish. Nvidia is doing something very significant. So if you look at like the 4-hour time frame, right, we managed to get back above our 20 EMA at 132. As long as we're above that, we're favoring 135. So we do look more bullish, and 135 could be a nice target for Nvidia. If we break past 136, we turn even more bullish. So look for a little bit more upside. I think we're doing a great job, at least thus far. For Bitcoin, we're trying to bounce right now. We reclaimed at 96,300. As long as we're above that, we're going to be looking for an attempt to get back up to 98,000. If that breaks, we're looking for 99,880. Looks bullish to me. I do see potential in this. For others, we have Tesla. Now, something interesting happened to Tesla, right? There was this news that came out. The news is just screaming Tesla has 700,000 recalls and this and that. But that's not really the entire truth because all Tesla has to do is give a software updates to fix the issue. All the issue was that their tire pressure warning was not really, coming out the way it should have. So they fixed that by doing a software update. So it's not your conventional recall, actually. But I think that the fact that the mainstream media was just screaming about a recall is what made Tesla a little bit weaker. And that's the reason why Tesla saw a big dip to about 410 before getting bought back up. So we have the 441.7 area as a very, very key level. As long as we're above that, we do favor upside more. If we lose that, we're going to be back within our range between 420 and 440. So we're above 441.76. Tesla just barely started to get above it. As long as we hold above this, I could see this get closer to about 450. So there's potential in this. I do want to say that if you're trading Tesla, to be a little bit careful because um, be a little bit careful because of the fact that premiums are very expensive. So be a little bit mindful of that. That can make things tricky, especially if you're trying to manage risks. So keep that in mind, guys. Moving forward, I want to say that we also happen to have NQ. NQ is trying to push right over here as well. We're looking at 21,658 as our resistance. If that breaks, I see 21,820. As long as we don't lose 21,491, we do favor upside, and 21,650 is a nice target. We could break that and start pushing higher, so I see potential in this. For others out there, we happen to have the QQQ looking bullish. As long as we don't lose 520, we're looking for an attempt to get back up to 523. I called out 515 in the morning. I said if that broke, we're looking for 520. We're actually above my target. So it went above what I was expecting. So look for 523 and 525 as our targets. As long as we're above 520, we remain a lot more bullish. For Apple, Apple looks more bullish here. If we break the resistance here, we're looking for an attempt to get back up towards 253. So it's looking pretty good right now. I talked about how there's a range on Apple between 246 and 249 under 20 and 50 EMAs. If we had broken at 249, we're looking for a breakout, and that's what happened so far, which is more bullish. So we're doing a good job, at least in my opinion. For Palantir, I know a lot of people are asking me about this. Palantir is looking bullish because we are above our 20 EMA. There is a tough resistance very close to the 77 to 78 area. So I do think we're going to be testing this. We need to break 78. If we do that, we could be looking for an attempt to get to 80 and eventually the 82s. Okay, so we need to get back above 78s to remain a lot more bullish. This is quite bullish in a way where it's going to try to push to resistance, but to be even more bullish, you want to break 78, okay? But there is potential in this. It is looking more bullish. As long as we don't end up losing 75 and then 74.08, we do favor upside. And I think it does favor upside for now, so it's doing a fantastic job. For the IWM Russell 2000, we're doing a good job. We did call out to 223. As long as we don't lose 222.5 and 220, we do favor upside. I think that 225 and 226.5 could be some nice targets. For Coinbase is looking more bullish. As long as you don't lose 273, we could be favoring a push higher for not just 280, but basically like 285 and eventually 293. So I do see some potential in this, but be a little bit careful. I just don't want to see it lose 273 to turn back down. Amazon did a good job at getting back above 223.6. I'd prefer if we hold above that to get back up to 225.7. If we lose 223.6, we could be trained back down to 222 and eventually 220. But this is favoring upside a bit as long as we're above 223.6. For Meta, we look more bullish as long as we do not lose the support that we have right over here. So the support right here around the 595 area. As long as we don't lose that, we're favoring that we want to go up to 600 and eventually 609 if that breaks. So watch support and see if this continues to break out. We could be looking for the 600s. For Microsoft, we look more bullish as long as we don't end up losing the 437 area. I think this is favoring 442. So 440 and 442 are levels to watch for as long as we don't lose the support. Google, as long as we don't lose 188, we're favoring 192.07. If that breaks, we go up to about 194.65 or so, right back up to this high. If we break that, we go all the way up to like 198. So it's looking pretty good so far. We did dump quite a bit earlier, only to get bought back up. So we're doing a good job. SPY is now fighting at 592. By the way, that is a tough area, but we could break that still. There's still potential in that. And if we get a nice breakout above the 592s, we're looking for 595 as our next target. This is a tough resistance, but I just want to say we're doing a great job so far. So I thank you all so much for listening. Please have a good rest of your day, and I'll be back in a couple of hours for another update. Thank you again, and peace out.